I'm on my 5th week of travel. I'm slowly adjusting to not having my own home base. I'm a Taurus, and, our homes are a sanctuary. I love being with my sister, though, and her place has always felt like a second home to me. So the adjustment has been easier than most. I'm recognizing my limits on this trip. I know my limits, and having them confirmed helps me to find ways to honor them. I've learned that it's important to know my limits and also not be tied to them all the time. For example, last week was crazy busy. I was helping prepare for a graduation celebration, and we had family visiting all weekend. I'm an introvert and need to slow down and recharge, so by day 3, I was pretty tired and cranky. I'm not energized by spending time in a room full of people. Quite the opposite. When there are more than a few people, I tend to shut down after a while. Of course, then I combine that with eating and drinking. So I'm socializing, eating and drinking, and it makes it even more difficult. It's fine for a day or two, but beyond that, it takes a toll on my body. I've learned that what I put in my body has a direct effect on my mood. That doesn't always stop me from eating the cheese and the sugar and the carbs. I'm not sure when I'm going to learn that lesson. Speaking of eating, one other limit I have is that I prefer to eat early. Sometime between 4:30 and 5:30 is my sweet spot. Don't judge. I also love eating with the family, which makes my early bird special tendencies a no-go. There is a choice to be made, and most times I happily choose a family dinner. So, getting back to the weekend celebration that started on Thursday, as an introvert, I'm challenged by too much socialization. I get quiet. I mostly listen to what is going on around me, but I don't chime in. It's almost like my brain and my body go into a protective mode. I literally have very little to say. I can barely fake it. My patience is tested. I just disappear when I've hit my conversation quota. I retreat to a quiet spot for a few minutes, if I can find one, and I'm usually the first one to leave the party. What that really means is the first one to go to bed. People notice. They ask if I'm okay. Sometimes they're more direct. Why are you so cranky? I don't blame them. Who wants to be around a cranky person? I did a few things differently this time. I lasted a bit longer before I disappeared. I think as I become more comfortable in my own skin, my desire to connect is stronger. I also shared how I was feeling. I didn't make a big announcement. I just told a few people when they would find me in a quiet place away from everyone else. Or I would make a point of telling some people so that they didn't worry about me. It felt good to be open about it. There's no mystery involved. That's just how I'm built. And I'm sure I have more limits than what I have mentioned, but that's for another audio journal. I feel incredibly fortunate and grateful to be surrounded by amazing family and friends. The gatherings were so full of love. I had a ton of fun and great conversations. I just know my limits. When I hit a wall, I need to recharge. Honestly, I'm glad I know. And even I'm glad that they were tested. It pushes me to figure out how to honor those limits without rigidity. We can all find ways to make it easier for ourselves and really to make it easier for those around us. In my case, it's rest, alone time, and eating at 5:30. It can also be taking deep breaths, meditating, getting out in nature, or maybe it could just be finding support for all the things you have to do. I think whatever your limits are, there's solutions. And one of the most important things is just communicating your limits to those around you. Release the mystery. It helps. Thanks for listening. Until next time, take care.